Go ahead with questions for Joseph.
Joseph, you had, I think, 4 shots on goal against Charlotte, which was the most in a while. Are you starting to feel like maybe your old self out on the field right now?
No lo sé. Contra Dallas no tuvimos contra Colorado no tuvimos muchas chances, no fue un buen partido. El primer partido tampoco tuvimos muchas chances, aunque fue un resultado un poco abultante. Pero bueno, esperemos que poco a poco ir teniendo más ocasiones de gol.
I don't know. Against Colorado, we didn't create a lot of chances, and we didn't play well in that game. And in the first game, although we got a good result, we didn't create a lot of chances either. But hopefully, we can start to do more of that.
But I was asking about you though personally. Do you feel like your old self rather than the team?
I feel okay.
Feel okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Joseph, te hemos hecho esta pregunta muchas veces, ya han pasado muchos jugadores por acá. ¿Cómo describirías esta versión de Pineda? O sea, es temprano, son jóvenes, quieren tener el balón, les falta un poco de profundidad, pero ¿cómo lo describirías tú?
How would he describe the current group of Atlanta United players?
Como todos los años jugadores nuevos, como todos los años un circo nuevo, entonces es difícil describir con mucho respeto a muchos jugadores, pero bueno, es lo que hay, es lo que tratamos de mejorar y bueno, luchar con lo que tenemos.
Well, like every year, it's new players. It can be a difficult situation, but with respect, we just try to do the best that we can, and hope we can do well.
Are you satisfied with the service that you're getting into the box?
Si estás satisfecho con el servicio que estás recibiendo en los partidos.
Es lo que hay y es lo que tenemos que tener que hacer. Los muchachos están dando lo mejor que pueden y bueno, uno trata de dar lo mejor y algunas veces se puede dar, otras veces no. Pero bueno, hay que seguir luchando y esperemos que día a día nos podamos sentir un poco mejor y podamos jugar un poco mejor, que es lo que la gente quiere.
It is what it is. All the guys are doing the best that they can. Everyone trying to give their best. We just have to keep fighting, and hopefully we'll be able to get more like how we want to play.
Algo que yo creo que a mí me han preguntado mucho, medios nacionales, internacionales, es si Josef Martinez está cambiando su forma de jugar, o sea, su forma de ser delantero, si está regresando más, si está jugando más con espaldas al arco. Pienso que es temprano, pero me gustaría saber qué pensar vos. O sea, ¿es algo que tú puedes contestar ahora mismo?
Sorry, I didn't catch the beginning of that.
Just if we're asked a lot about if Josef Martinez is changing his game. It's something that he can address.
Todos los días se cambia, todos los días hay que cambiar su forma de jugar, todos los días trata de dar lo mejor y como lo vuelvo a decir, es lo que hay. Poco a poco uno se está sintiendo un poco mejor y bueno, esto es fútbol, un día juega de una forma, otro día juega de otra, pero creo que bueno, el carácter que se mostró quizás en los últimos 20 minutos, quizás el último partido contra un equipo difícil que vino a complicar, creo que eso es lo que tenemos que hacer. Entonces creo que más del juego, más de lo que sea, el carácter creo que es lo que puedo rescatar.
It's always changing. It changes day to day. You have to adapt to playing, one day playing this way, the next day playing another. So it's constantly changing. But I think what I can take away is the character of the team from the last 20 minutes of the last game against a team that really tried to complicate things for us. But we like the character that we showed.
How will having a healthy Marcelino, 90-minute healthy Marcelino, Thiago, and then when Luis comes back, how will that help you and therefore the team?
Cuando todos ellos vuelven sanos y pueden estar todo el partido, ¿cuánto te va a ayudar?
No lo sé, cuando vuelvan todos al 100% te puedo responder la pregunta. Ahorita no están al 100%, todavía no está Luis recuperado, todavía Marce no sé si puede estar, entonces cuando estén todos juntos te respondo esa pregunta.
I don't know for sure because I'll answer that question again when all those guys are healthy and able to play 90 minutes. Right now, we still don't have Luis, and I don't know if Marcelino can can play the full game. So when they're all here, I'll answer it again.
Joseph, what's a phrase or a word you would use to describe your mindset this season?
Si tienes una frase o una palabra para describir tu mentalidad este año.
I don't have one for a moment. Probably later, probably have one, but in the moment I don't have one.
And what's the biggest thing you guys are focusing on right now?
La cosa más grande, más importante que el equipo está pues enfocando.
Paciencia. Patience.
Patience.
It seems good though that y'all got 6 points from the first 3 games of the Colorado game. You know, the roster was depleted. It seems like there are some good building blocks going forward.
Y los 2 juegos fueron en casa. Entonces tenemos que mejorar en que no siempre tenemos que jugar bien cuando jugamos en casa. Si queremos ser un equipo grande, tenemos que jugar bien en casa y de visitante. Entonces, los 6 puntos, ya eso fue que en la historia. El campeonato se fue 3 años que quedó. Y todavía hay gente que sigue viviendo esos 3 años. Entonces, ya eso pasó. Y si queremos ser un equipo grande, tenemos que ganar en casa y fuera.
Well, we took 6 points and we played 2 home matches. So if we want to be a good team, we have to, win home and also be able to win away matches. We can't just be a team that wins at home. The championship that we won, that was 3 years ago. But some people still are thinking about that. But we can't be like that. We have to be at our best home and away.
Joseph, last year you talked about learning to trust your knee again. Do you trust your knee yet?
I don't trust anyone.
Even your knee?
I don't trust anyone.
Joseph,
A couple more.
comenzaste bien la temporada, 2 asistencias, un gol en 3 partidos. ¿Qué más podemos esperar de Josef Martinez de aquí en adelante?
So he started the season well. What more can we expect from him this season with Atlanta?
Tratar de mejorar cada día. Sé que son otro año nuevo, otros jugadores nuevos como siempre. Entonces tratar de dar lo mejor que pueda. Tratar de crear las mejores ocasiones que pueda y obviamente mi trabajo es hacer gol. El día que no haga gol seguramente me sacan. Entonces tratar de dar lo mejor posible hasta cuando se dé.
Just try to get better every day. That's what we're working on. We have new players. It's a new team, just like every year. So, yeah, my job is to score goals. So we need to do the best that we can every day. Because the day that I stop scoring goals, they'll kick me out of here. So I have to keep scoring.
Me quedó la percepción del primer partido que te entiendes muy bien con Luis Araujo. Ese gol espectacular de taquito que se la pusiste a Luis, el primer gol. ¿Es así? ¿Te sientes bien con Luis Araujo en el terreno de juego? ¿Lo extrañas ahora que no está?
About the connection he has with Luis and that goal that they scored in the opening match, and if he misses him now.
Me sentía porque ya no está. Cuando vuelva, seguramente que sí. Un jugador importante como él. Ya después de que, uno de los jugadores que más cómodo me sentía ya no está. Entonces creo que era una buena conexión que teníamos. Pero esperar que se recupere lo mejor posible y que no se pierda un poco más de partido porque es un jugador que todos los días extraño.
He's out at the moment. He's a very important player for us. One who we miss. He's one of the players who I have the best connection with on the field. So of course we miss him. He's an important player, but we wish him a quick recovery and hopefully he can be back as soon as possible. You got time for 2 more?
Se ha escuchado de rumores y también basado en tu celebración del gol del domingo acerca de un posible regreso de Miguel Almirón.
Imposible. La celebración fue algo que me salió. Ya pedir el regreso de Miguel ya es mucho pedirle a mucha gente. Entonces, él no va a venir. Él está muy feliz. Ese fue su sueño de que él estaba acá y él está disfrutando de su momento. Uno como jugador de fútbol puede tener buenos momentos, malos momentos, pero eso es así del fútbol. Entonces, lo que él decía está bien. Yo no he hablado con él, ni siquiera no sé de dónde salió eso que venía, pero le deseamos lo mejor.
The celebration about Miguel, that just came to me in the moment. I know it would be impossible for him to come back here. It would be asking too much. So he's living his dream. He's happy. I haven't spoken to him about that. So he'll decide whatever he can.
¿Estás
Two more, Doug and then Felipe.
¿Estás consciente
No,
de...
sorry, we've got
Dale.
No, coge.
Dale.
Last one.
Que si estás consciente Joseph, de que la afición, la gente, eres importante para ellos y también para el club, y sientes esa presión tú cuando entras al terreno de juego?
Todos los días.
It's about feeling pressure, and he says, yes, every day.
Hay un dicho que dice, el árbol que da más fruto es el que más le tira. Entonces, cuando ganamos, gana el Atlanta. Cuando perdemos, ya sabemos por qué. Entonces, por eso a veces tengo un carácter de mierda. Y por eso que me exijo mucho, porque yo también necesito de personas que puedan ayudarme. Entonces, es lo que es y hay que estar feliz de estar acá, de tener trabajo y de hacer lo que más le gusta a uno.
Yeah, there's always pressure. You know, I always feel it a lot, whether we're winning or losing. I know that the pressure falls down to me, so we need people who can help, everyone who can help. But of course, you know, I always feel that pressure. So last two.
Joseph, do you think from what you've seen, and once the team gets healthy, does it have the potential? Can it win a championship?
Si el equipo está sano, si todos están, si tiene el potencial de ser campeón.
Si yo supiera el futuro, fuera presidente, no me metería a jugar de fútbol.
If I could tell the future, I'd be a president. I wouldn't be playing soccer.
Pero bueno, veremos qué pasa. Ya demostramos que con un poquito más de esfuerzo, haciendo las cosas bien, se podía llegar a los playoffs como el año pasado, con un año un poco complicado. Entonces quiere decir que mientras todo el mundo haga el trabajo que tiene que hacer, podemos quizás pelear. Ganar, no lo sé, pues también jugamos con equipos que también quieren lo mismo. Entonces ya ganar sería avaricia.
We'll see what happens. You know, I think we showed last year that with everyone giving their best effort and with a lot of hard work, that we're able to get into the playoffs. So this year we'll see. You know, I think if we can all do that, continue to get better, and everyone give their best, then we can be competitive. To win it is a different thing. I don't know, because there's also some very good teams. But to be competitive, yes.
La última, yo no sé si te acordás en el 2019, cuando el balón no entraba, te hicimos muchas preguntas sobre eso y nos dijiste, solo tenía que entrar el primero y los otros vendrán. Anotaste, yo creo que un gol en 15 partidos consecutivos. Simplemente la sensación de este primer gol, o sea, sin exagerar, es el tercer partido, pero ¿cómo se sintió y si eso era lo que vos necesitabas?
Just how he said in the past that when he was in a bad stretch, that once one ball goes in, that, you know, other goals would come. So just how he's currently feeling at the moment.
Los delanteros viven del gol.
Forwards live on goals.
Eso está escrito en todos los lados. Y el primero siempre es el más difícil. Y de la manera que llegó, bueno, se siente fácil, pero no es fácil. Mucho más presión que cualquier otra cosa. Pero el primero siempre es difícil y es mi trabajo. Entonces yo tengo mi goal en mi cabeza, qué es lo que yo quiero. Y yo estoy trabajando para eso. Obviamente sé que lo es difícil. A veces hay días que puedes tener ocasiones de gol, hay días que no puedes. Le pasa a Messi y a Cristiano, no le puede pasar a uno que es un mortal. Entonces hay que seguir trabajando, esperemos que lleguen los 15 como era, pero yo prefiero uno por uno. Entonces siempre lo más importante es los 3 puntos y seguir trabajando.
The first goal is always the most difficult. You know, as a forward, we live on goals, but we know that some days we'll have a lot of chances, some days we won't. But if it can happen to players like Ronaldo and Messi, where they can go a period without scoring, then it can happen to the rest of us mortals. So hopefully we can get back to, you know, being able to score in 15 consecutive games, like you mentioned. But I just prefer to go one at a time. Just trying to get better and get the next one. Thanks, everyone.
Gracias, chicos. Gracias, chicos.
Questions for Coach?
Hey, can you provide an update on Luis and his timeline for return?
Well, still this week is out. We're waiting maybe a couple more weeks to be back in training sessions. We will see his evolution as always. You know, those type of injuries, the timelines for different players take a different time, so we cannot provide any sort of exact timeline on his recuperation or recovery, but we will see.
And after the last game, you said something. I think it was Marcelino probably could have started against Charlotte. Is that like probable for this week against Montreal? Is his fitness to that point?
Yeah, it's still the same. We still have to make a decision on that. Obviously, I don't know how many minutes he can play. I'm not sure. Like, we have to see. For me, the most important thing is obviously maybe he can play 90 minutes. It's just more about the intensity that he's capable of perform based on his training sessions and the numbers he has hit in the past weeks. And he's just trying to calculate how many minutes he can play at a high level. And that's more the question. We will regroup today after the numbers of this session, and we will see.
Then one more, Franco Amada. What is his timeline?
Yeah, he's still, in recovery. He's doing very well, to
Okay.
be fair. He's doing very, very well. He's just still not at the point to coming back with the team. That will probably be next week, and we'll see how often he can be on the field with the group.
And knowing Montreal played last night, does that affect your tactics? Does it make y'all more aggressive early just to try to wear them down because you know they're tired?
No, I mean, we will try to play the same style. I mean, trying to start on the front foot as always, especially at home, and try to be the team that dictates the intensity of the game. We try to be that type of team, and hopefully we can do the same this Saturday, regardless of the opponent. I mean, there's always this discussion about, yes, they are tired maybe, but also they are in rhythm. They have some games and they have a bit more, connections there because they were on the field more time than us. And it's always that, what is better, what is worse. So for me, it's just I'm waiting for the best Montreal. They will try to come back strong and prove in the league that, they are doing well. They're a very good team. Last year they beat us in their house, so I remember that one. So, we expect the best Montreal possible.
Gonzalo, I remember when you were introduced, I asked you a question about tactics, and you gave a very good answer, but you did mention positional play as something that you want to establish. Is that something that you're doing? Like, do you feel like can you describe that process? That's not easy to implement. It's not easy to just play that way. And Josef just mentioned the word patience. Diego Armada mentioned step-by-step processes. So can you sort of put those together? Like, where is this team right now within that philosophy of play?
He's getting there. I think he's getting there. I think you see at times that style, players occupying certain spots with patience and discipline and staying there. At times I also like rotations and creativity, allowing creativity within the tactics. But I'm patient. And still, again, if you notice, there has been a lot of moving parts in the team since preseason, players out for internationals, injuries, coming back from different things, visas. So still the team hasn't trained enough all together with the whole squad. So I'm just waiting for that, and I'm patient. I think we've been making a lot of progress in terms of the identity, of the high pressure, of the desire, the ambitions, the goals, like many, many things culturally, internally in the team and the club, that I feel confident that once everybody's back, everybody's here, we can have a couple good training sessions and they understand those things more specifically. I think we're gonna improve a lot, but I'm patient for sure.
Okay. Gonzalo, basado en el debut del domingo contra Charlotte y basado en los entrenamientos, ¿Thiago Almada está listo para entrar a iniciar el próximo partido?
Ya veremos, ya veremos. Lo he dicho varias veces, quiero llevar a Thiago en el proceso correcto para que su evolución sea exitosa. No me interesa a mí que Thiago sea exitoso mañana. Quiero que sea exitoso en el paso total que tenga por Atlanta y que cuando evaluemos a Thiago no lo vamos a evaluar por el partido de Charlotte o el partido de Montreal, lo vamos a evaluar por muchos partidos y es el camino que quiero seguir con él, que tenga un desarrollo, una adaptación. La verdad es que no podemos perder de vista que es un muchacho de 20 años que viene a un país diferente, una cultura diferente, un idioma diferente, diferentes compañeros, diferente liga, diferente todo. Entonces, para mí forzarlo a comenzar, quiero llevar un poco tranquilo con él, pero en esa evolución va muy bien. La verdad es que se ve muy bien, se le ven muy buenas cosas en los entrenamientos. El otro día creo que tuvo chispazos de buenas jugadas en su debut. No era un partido fácil y lo hizo bien. Entonces su evolución va bien. Tengo que irlo sintiendo. A lo mejor no tengo una respuesta concreta de cuándo, porque tengo que irlo viendo en su evolución, en los partidos, en el vestidor, cómo se integra a sus compañeros, cómo se integra a la ciudad. Y eso toma tiempo. Entonces vamos viendo cómo va evolucionando.
Perfecto. Lo pusiste como extremo derecho.
No.
¿Va a jugar ahí o va a jugar en medio o lo vas a dejar libre que se mueva en diferentes ángulos de la cancha?
Sí, no lo puse como extremo derecho. De extremo derecho estaba Brooks y después entró Jake Morani. Jugó más como una especie de extremo invertido, extremo por izquierda, pero obviamente en la movilidad, en las rotaciones que queremos, en el estilo posicional, queremos que esté rotando constantemente. Entonces, si ponemos juntos a Marcelino con Thiago, habrá veces que Thiago estará más abierto y Marcelino por dentro, a veces que Marcelino estará por fuera y Thiago por dentro, a veces Thiago terminará por detrás de Josef, como si fuera un típico 10 atrás del 9, y dependiendo de las rotaciones y los espacios que se vayan generando en el partido, irá jugando. Entonces, por eso les hablo de que en dónde va a jugar, pues no lo sé. De repente Andrew Goodman juega de extremo todo el partido porque jugamos con los laterales altos y su posición en realidad en el campo ya nominal es extremo, aunque decimos que juega en línea de 4, juega como lateral izquierdo. En esa movilidad, por eso es difícil definir a veces las posiciones de los jugadores, porque vamos cambiando dependiendo de los espacios que se vayan generando en el partido, ¿no?
Were you just asked about Moreno and Almeida's positions?
Yes.
Okay. Can you summarize that really quickly?
Yes, for sure. Felipe can summarize, but no. He was asking about the position of Thiago, and I was saying a little bit about the rotations that we want to create, and how at times I put Thiago as a winger on the flank, like a left-sided winger. But obviously, in the way we play at times, we want him in the pocket, not just on the flank. And maybe Andrew Goodman is the one that is playing as a winger. So that's why when you guys ask me where is Thiago playing, sometimes I don't have a definitive answer, because at times Thiago in the game is going to move in the pocket, in the half space, sometimes going to be underneath Josef as a typical number 10 underneath the number 9. Sometimes he's going to drop as an 8. Sometimes he might be out wide, isolating himself 1v1 because he's a very good dribbler, and his coordination with the players around, might be Marcelino, might be Tyler, might be Josef, might be Andrew, is what makes the team positionally not predictable. So we don't want to be, okay, Thiago, you're playing on the flank, left winger, stay there the whole game. So yeah, everybody knows that he's a winger. Or Marcelino, you are the 10 and you have to play here all the time and don't move. Like, no, the game nowadays I think is fluid, and within that fluidity, we want them to understand the time and the space of the game.
You
A few
said,
more. Coach, go ahead.
yeah, you said after the game that y'all needed to think about set piece defending and kind of review some stuff in your mind. You didn't think it was bad. After reviewing, what is your take on what's been going on with set piece defending?
I think there's a lot of improving. Today we work again on that. I think there's a lot of little things like who blocks this player, who does this job, who does this role better, but very little things. At the end, I think in the goal that we took, there were a few confusions because of the subs that just came in, and then again, credit to the opponent. It was a great ball and a great header. So we have to also give credit to the opposition in certain plays, but obviously we can do better. What I would highlight as well is the attacking set pieces. I think we were very creative. We create one that I still don't know why it wasn't a goal.
Yeah, me neither.
But I understand that referees are correct, and so I just didn't see anything major to not allowing that one. But it was a very good ball, very good movement, very good header again for us, and didn't count. And there were a few chances there where we create danger in the attacking set pieces, so that's another positive. I think the team is feeling capable also to hurt opponents with our attacking set pieces.
Gonzalo, can you
Okay.
explain a
Go
little
ahead.
more about the process behind creating those attacking set pieces, and then when to implement them and how to execute them?
Well, I delegate a little bit. I delegate on that. So this year, my assistants, especially Diego and Eugenio, they are in charge of both attacking and defending set pieces. But obviously, Liam helps and Rob helps, and I help with, maybe ideas. But the process is they scout everything about the opponent, and then they try to create different plays to attack their weaknesses or the spaces that we think we can attack, and that's how it works. The same with defending. We see what are the tendencies of the opponent. Even we'll check with data, so to check where they put the balls more often, who takes most of the corners of the wide free kicks, and then we try to cover for that. And so it's a very good process that they have, and I'm confident on them doing a good job.
So I'd like to go back to this notion of patience. I think it's really interesting because it's not typical in the short history that Atlanta United, they've just gone full metal. And obviously it's something that you're preaching a little bit. With Thiago Almada, $16 million, does that change your approach to him? Probably not, but how do you add that sort of pressure, or how do you deal with that pressure that he's getting from us, he's getting from everyone else that sees the price tag? how does that play into your process with him?
Well, I would like to take all that pressure from him. I would like to. I always think, as Hugo Sanchez, one coach that I had, he said that he had big shoulders, and I was thinking myself the same way. I can take that weight, and if people criticize the decisions, they're going to criticize me, not Thiago, and I'm okay with that. I can handle that. At the end, the results are going to speak for itself. I think so far we've been doing good in terms of results, so I'm not rushing anything. I think I understand the path that he has to go through to be successful in this league, and at the end, in time, I think people will understand that is the right call. But if they criticize me a little bit now, I'm okay with that, and I can take it, and I will try to obviously reevaluate Thiago every week. That's what we do. Every player, but especially now Thiago, because he's the new player in the system, in our group. We have to assess him. How do we see him? How is he integrating to the players? Not just the Latinos, but the Americans, the other players, like all those little things that maybe at times you guys don't see, and we see every day in the locker room, in the training field, and for me, I have to pay attention to those details. So patience, I think I can be patient. I understand the results in this league matter, and we have to deliver 3 points every weekend. So not putting Thiago since the beginning doesn't mean we don't have a plan or we don't want the 3 points. It's just we want just to be patient with him, making sure that his integration is okay. And then at some point, obviously, he will produce for the team and he will be a very good player. And I hope that the fans will enjoy Thiago Almada when he's 100% and he's integrated into the system.
And so,
All right,
sorry,
last one for
last
everyone.
my bad.
Very good.
You know, we get Josef, we don't get him a lot, so I want to ask you about him. Do you think he needs a partner, un socio? Like, he's a player that has had that since he's been here. It's led to a lot of success. When you think about how to get him going, how to get his teammates to understand how he plays, is that something that you try to incorporate in what you're telling them?
Yes, I mean, we reflect on that. And for me, might be the case that he needs someone specifically on beneath him that, filter those passes in behind for him, yes. But at the same time, I think his partner is the whole team, and the whole team can provide services for him because that's his role. He's the finisher. He has to be the one that finishes all the chances that we create, among others, but the main responsibility for him is that one. So I would like to see not just one partner for Josef. I would like to see 4 or 5 where, our fullbacks are high and they are delivering crosses from higher ends, earlier crosses from deeper, through balls from 2 or 3 players on beneath, long passes in behind from center backs, from midfielders when the opposition play a high line. I mean, I would like to see Josef with multiple partners and not just one, because if we just need one, then when that player gets an injury, gets a red card, gets a suspension, international break, then Josef won't succeed. No, I think we have to approach this as a team, and as everything we do is as a team, and the team has to play good football, create enough chances, and then I think Josef will enjoy the chances we create.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.